Hi everyone! Today we're going to look at 10 features that are found in virtual reality but not in augmented reality. So stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our channel where we talk about everything to do with augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. Now today we're going to look at 10 features that are only available in virtual reality and not available in augmented reality. So let's get into it. 1. Completely immersive. Virtual reality can completely immerse you into another environment or experience. This means that when you're in VR, you're fully engaged in the virtual world, and your surroundings in the real world fade away. You won't be able to see or hear anything in the real world while you're in VR mode. Augmented reality, on the other hand, doesn't try to block out the real world. Instead, it enhances it by adding digital elements such as AR filters on top of what you see in the real world. So while AR does allow you to interact with virtual objects and environments, you're still very much aware of your surroundings in the real world. 2. Presence. Presence is a feeling of actually being somewhere else. In a virtual environment, presence is one of the key differences between VR and AR. Presence is really difficult to explain unless you have experienced it for yourself. But it's this feeling that you are somewhere else. When you're in VR, your body is physically in one place, but your mind is somewhere else. This can be a really powerful experience, especially when you're exploring new places or meeting new people in VR. It's like you're actually there with them, even though you're not really. Now, AR doesn't try to create presence in the same way that VR does. Instead, AR enhances your experience of the real world by adding digital elements to it. So while you may feel present in the moment when you're using AR, you're still very much aware of your surroundings in the real world. 3. Interaction. The interaction in VR is more immersive than in AR, because in VR you are completely surrounded by the virtual environment. This means that you can interact with virtual objects and environments in a more natural and intuitive way. For example, in VR, you could reach out and touch an object to pick it up and then turn around and walk over to a surface and place it down. In AR, however, you would instead tap on the object on your phone screen to select it and then choose a location in the room to place it down. So while AR does allow you to interact with virtual objects, the interaction is more limited than in VR because you're still very much aware of your surroundings in the real world, and therefore you need to follow the rules of the real world. 4. Escape from reality. VR provides a complete escape from reality. When you're in VR, you're fully immersed in a different world and you can leave all your worries and problems behind. This can be a really great thing if you're feeling stressed or anxious. Additionally, VR can also be a fun way to explore new places and experiences without having to travel or spend money. For example, you could visit a tropical island in VR and go scuba diving without ever leaving your home. On the other hand, AR doesn't provide the same level of escape from reality. While AR can enhance your experience of the real world, it doesn't take you away from it. So you're still aware of your surroundings and any problems or worries you may have. 5. No physical limitations. In VR, you can do things that you can't or don't want to do in the real world. For example, you could fly or teleport to different locations instantly. You could also interact with virtual objects and environments in ways that wouldn't be possible in the real world. For example, you could pick up a virtual rock and throw it through a virtual window. With AR, however, you are still limited by the laws of physics, so you couldn't do things like fly or teleport. And you would also have to interact with virtual objects in a way that made sense in the real world, so you couldn't just pick up a virtual rock and throw it through a virtual window. 6. More engaging. VR is often seen as being more engaging than AR because it's more immersive. VR completely immerses you in a different world, whereas AR simply enhances your experience of the real world. This means that you are more likely to be engaged and interested in what's going on in VR. 7. Better for training. VR is better for training than AR for a few reasons. First, VR is more immersive than AR, which means that trainees will feel like they're actually experiencing what it's like to be in a certain situation. This is important for training that requires a high level of engagement, such as military training or medical training. Second, VR is also more controllable than AR. This means that trainers can create scenarios that are safe for trainees to practice on, such as a virtual environment that simulates a dangerous situation. Finally, VR is also more reusable than AR. This means that the same VR training experience can be used over and over again, which makes it more cost-effective than AR. Number 8. Better for gaming. Most VR headsets have built-in tracking software which allows you to move around and interact with your surroundings. Some headsets also have controllers which allow you to manipulate objects in your environment. This makes VR a more immersive and engaging experience, which is ideal for gaming. Additionally, many games are designed specifically for VR, which means that you can get a truly unique gaming experience that you can't get on a flat screen. AR, on the other hand, doesn't offer the same level of immersion. While you can use AR to play games, the experience is not as immersive as VR. This is because you're still aware of your surroundings in the real world and you're limited by the laws of physics. Number 9. Less distractions. One of the benefits of VR is that it's easier to focus on the task at hand since you're completely immersed in the virtual environment. There's no risk of someone walking into the room and interrupting what you're doing or being distracted by something going on in the real world. AR, on the other hand, can be more distracting than VR because you're constantly aware of your surroundings in the real world. If something interesting happens in the room or someone walks in, it can break your concentration and make it difficult to focus on the task at hand. Number 10. Full sensory experience. While most VR experiences rely primarily on visual and auditory cues, some can also stimulate other senses such as touch, smell, and even taste. This can create a truly immersive experience that makes you feel like you're really somewhere else. AR, on the other hand, is primarily a visual experience. While there are some AR apps that include auditory cues, it's rare for them to include other senses such as touch, smell, or taste. So there you have it, 10 features that are found in virtual reality but not in augmented reality. Let us know in the comments below if you think we missed any. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. And if you want to continue to learn more about augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality, then check out some of our other videos and we'll see you in the next one.